Mag-start. Binubuksan ko, ayaw mag-open. Oh, sa setting niya, sir, siguro. Okay, sir. Start. Kumusta, BulSuan? Handa ka na ba? Maganda at gwapong hapon sa aming mga minamahal na mga estudyante from all across BulSU University System. I will be your host, Professor Gerald C. Hilario, the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs for External Campuses. This is a joint activity with the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs Main Campus, Associate Professor Joseph Roy Celestino, with Chancellors Dr. Reynaldo S. Nagit and Dr. Romeo D.C. Nasoria for the external and main campus respectively, Executive Vice President Dr. Teody C. San Andres, and in close collaboration with Director George Arellano of the Office of Student Welfare, Policy and Program Development Office, under the Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edgardo M. Santos. Kumusta, BulSuan? Handa ka na ba? Sa pagkakataon na to, I would like to shout out sa ating 33,000 strong students from across all campuses of the university. 22,000 strong coming from the main campus and 11,000 strong from the 4 campuses in the external campuses, namely Sarmiento Campus, Bustos Campus, Hagonoy Campus, and Meneses Campus. Baka nagtataka kayo, ang ating pong topic sa hapon na ito, ang ating una sa serye ng webinar ay Kumusta ka, BulSUan? Handa ka na ba? Ang atin pong tatalakayan sa hapon na ito ay ang may kinalaman sa stress management. Ang ating pong dahilan dito, naghahanap po ang university, ang pamantasan ng paraan kung paano po makaka-reach out sa epektibong paraan sa lahat ng kanyang mga stakeholders and most especially sa kanyang mga estudyante. Alam naman po natin na marami po tayong mga sitwasyon ngayon dahil sa pandemya. At ito po ay isa sa creative, proactive na paraan kung paano ma-address po natin yung marami nating mga kinakaharap na mga sitwasyon. At sa totoo lang, ang mga adverse situations ay opportunities for growth and also for our maturity. And these are opportunities whereby we could thrive, we could flourish, even though we do not discount that is a very challenging situation. So ganun kalakas ang tiwala ng university sa kanyang mga estudyante. Alam niya na sa panahon na to, kaya pa rin natin na maging mataas ang adversity quotient, mag-flourish, tsaka mag-thrive. So kamukha lang nabanggit ko po, ito po ay una sa serye ng mga Student Services Series. Hayaan yung banggitin ko yung iba pang mga padating, isang parang teaser na natin, po. At makikita po natin, meron tayong Embracing the New Normal. It will come next week. And then another topic is tricks on how to embrace e-classroom. And we also be having orientation on flexible learning for parents. Kasama po yung ating mga magulang. And of course, hindi lang ating mga magulang, we are aiming to forge partnership with LGUs from the different LGUs in the province and most likely also in Pampanga because we have a lot of students from Pampanga. And then it will be capped by Project Virtues. So there you go. Those are the sneak peek to our forthcoming webinar series. Ito po ay, ang ginagawa po natin ngayon ay pasimula sa ating webinar series. Nagkaroon po tayo ng preliminary noong June 19, New Normal, Challenges and Coping. And then ito po yung formal na inauguration natin sa webinar series po natin. Kung titingnan niyo sa mas malaking paraan, ito po ay parte ng maraming programa na ginagawa ng university. Last week, katatapos lang po ng 7 activity na para sa mga pang-faculty. So, ating pong inahanda ang lahat ng stakeholders para po sa kung ano pang eventuality, pagka po nagdeklara na po ang DOH, ang CHED, na available na po at pwede na po tayo na mag-resume ng first semester, nakahanda na po tayo. All bases are covered, as they say. So, mga anak, mga minamahal mga estudyante, please mark your calendars every Wednesday from this day on until September 9. Every Wednesday, it's a Wednesday. So, tandaan po natin yon. Sa punto na ito, pupunta po tayo sa program proper natin. Ating pong sisimulan ito sa pamamagitan ng doxology at ang pagkanta ng ating national anthem, pamumunuan po ng saring hinig, at susundan agad ng BulSU hymn na pamumunuan po ng BulSU Rondalia. Makisabay po tayo sa kanila.
You were there whichever way I go. Keep me safely night and day. Always there whenever I'm alone. Hear me calling, show the way. You were shelter from the storm. The shadows fade away. All cares pass Stay with me through the dark and bring me home. Stay with me through the dark and bring me home.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sa
Thank you very much, BulSU Saring Himig and BulSU Rondalia. Before we proceed, I would like to announce that what we are doing right now is being streamed on dual platforms. We are being watched on the FB page of BulSU Student Affairs for External Campuses and BulSU Student Affairs for Main Campus. And also, if you want to watch the replay of this streaming, you may go to the newly created channel of the university in YouTube. Go to BulSU TV, the official BulSU channel. And now we'll be going now to a couple of messages for us so that we could listen to our administrators regarding what they're doing while we are at this point in time. So may we welcome the hardworking leader, the caring mother, ang hindi matatawaran po ang malasakit sa ating pamantasan, no other than the university president herself. Let us welcome Dr. Cecilia S. Navasero Gascon.
To our resource speaker, Assistant Professor Harold Colon, the Formation Director and President of Tomasian Mental Health Responder of the University of Santo Tomas, to Dr. Teodisis San Andres, the Executive Vice President, Dr. Romeo Inasoria, and Dr. Ray Nagit, Chancellors for the main external campuses, respectively, to Professor Joseph Roy Celestino and Professor Gerald Hilario, the Vice Chancellors for Student Affairs, to Dr. Magdalena Gatdula, the Dean of the College of Information and Communication Technology, to my fellow university administrators, faculty members, and to all our dearest students. Kumusta na kayo mga BulSuans? I hope that you are all doing well and are in good health. The COVID-19 pandemic crisis has disrupted education for an estimated 1.2 billion students around the world. According to an article published by the United Nations last July 28, 2020, this pandemic forced the schools around the world to learn new ways of educating our students. UNICEF report says that in Ethiopia, there are students who take lessons via radio, which are being broadcast across the country. In Georgia, where children living in rural areas have limited internet and cell phone services, students check homework sent by their teacher in a group chat. In a remote area of the Ecuadorian Amazon, where there is no internet access, a teacher delivers a study guide to students so they can continue with their lessons. There are also mobile classrooms that provide learning, games, and psychosocial support to Venezuelan refugee children living in shelters in Bolivia. These reports only show that we all face similar challenges brought by COVID-19. Like everyone else in different parts of the world, we Filipinos believe that learning is very important despite the difficulties brought about by the pandemic. I am aware that some of you experience anxiety because you worry about your studies and you worry about your future. And I know that some of you are emotionally and mentally exhausted due to stress brought by the complexities of our current situation. But despite all this, I am certain that we Filipinos are the most resilient. We will be able to recover quickly from this difficult situation. My dear students, the university is here for you. All the decisions we make is anchored on your general welfare. As a matter of fact, the university have concluded a webinar series for our faculty to equip them with the knowledge and skills necessary for the flexible delivery modes of teaching and learning that we will use on the start of the new academic year. The faculty and staff are adjusting to the new normal learning setup, trying their best to make their materials fit with the new teaching modalities. These include learning how to use internet tools, converting hands-on materials and discussion-based topics to the new platforms, and possibly changing the whole lesson plan if it cannot conform to the new normal. All these efforts are done so that our faculty may educate you well and better in the coming academic year. Though technology already play a major role in the academe, the new normal only increased our dependence to it, which left many students and also teachers to struggle with technological difficulties, as well as coping with the challenges of trying to teach and study outside the school environment. Although we see the challenges of this flexible learning modality, we should not fail to see that the shift to technological platforms also creates new opportunities to students and teachers to learn new things, develop new skills, and eventually give us new perspective. My dear students, this series of webinars is for you, to prepare you for the flexible mode of learning, and for this to work, we need your full cooperation. For the parents who are listening, I implore you to assist and guide your children in their academic undertakings while at home. Your support is a big factor and it means a lot to them. At this point, I implore everyone to participate wholeheartedly in the upcoming episodes of this webinar series, and I extend my deepest appreciation to the team of Dr. Ed Santos, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, the team of Dr. Teody San Andres, the Executive Vice President, and to all those who made this possible. Again, thank you, good day, and stay safe. To God be all the glory.
Thank you very much, Madam President, Dr. Gascon. So indeed, things are never easy, but the university is doing its utmost best to prepare everything so that our students will continue their learning process and their learning journey. Now, at this point, we'll be listening once again to a message from one of our officials. And may I call the equally hardworking and the very energetic Executive Vice President of the university. May we all welcome Dr. Teody C. San Andres.
To our University President, Dr. Cecilia S. Navesero Gascon, other administrators of the university, to our esteemed lecturer, to this day's webinar, Mr. Harold Colon, who will be properly introduced later on. Most especially to the BulSU students, a pleasant afternoon to all of us. A known message states, we will use our voice to bless rather than curse, heal rather than hurt, forgive rather than nurse a grudge. By being moral vanguards, we are making an invaluable stamp on the BulSU legacy. To our dear students, it is with a joyful heart that we welcome you all to this series of webinars. These lectures and talks are specifically designed so that we could reach closer to all of you as we all prepare for the new normal. I know that there are a lot of confusions that you are trying to address as to the status of your studies. And so, this undertaking is one of our responses so that we will all find the answers and possible solutions. Several weeks ago, we had a meeting with the students' government officers. And we hope that the output of that consultation were able to help you as well understand those things that bother you. More than that, we in the university continue to provide services, especially to you, our dear students, because we believe that a dialogue is not enough. We need a comprehensive program so that the major concerns and issues will be addressed properly and accordingly. In this series of webinar, we requested the participation of your parents and even our leaders in the local government, because no matter how comprehensive the university's plans may seem, BulSU could not do it all alone. We need the support of our partners in the government. Most especially, we need the full support of your parents, relatives, and friends. May we all lend our able ears and willing heart to listen and participate to these lecturers. We recognize your rights to ask, voice out, and even protest. But I personally appeal to all of you that before you pause your criticism, please, my dear students, understand that the system is not perfect. We also need your cooperation, your suggestions, and your help. Think first of the words you are going to say before posting this to social media. Validate your data, verify your sources, and just rely on facts and facts alone. To the select administrators and faculty members behind this activity, please accept our sincerest gratitude for still choosing to serve despite the hard times we are having right now caused by COVID-19 pandemic. Our Lord God sees our sacrifices, our feelings, our emotion. He will bless you more with 1,000-fold. Lastly, may we all be guided by this Bible verse, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Mabuhay ang Bulacan State University at patuloy tayong magtiwala at ipanalangin ang ating kalalagayan. Sa Diyos ang pinakamataas na papuri. Salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, EVP Dr. Theody San Andres, for that very relevant message. The call to cooperate and to be responsible, for example, when we are in social media, and capping it with a biblical passage from the book of Proverbs. Thank you, sir. At this point, mga minamahal na estudyante, pupunta na po tayo sa pinakalundo ng ating webinar for this afternoon. We'll be going now to the lecture itself of our esteemed resource person. So let me briefly introduce to you our resource person this afternoon. Our resource person is a member of the Psychological Association of the Philippines. He is also the president of the UST Association of Thomasian Psychology Alumni Incorporated. He's a founding board member and currently the president, Thomasian Mental Health Responders. And it might interest you that our resource person is a graduate of school, yes, sa bayan po, sa ICSB po, graduate po siya ng high school sa ICSB in the year 2004. And in 2008, he graduated with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Psychology in UST and presently finishing the Master of Arts in Clinical Psychology as he is a candidate already. And presently, he's after holding a lot of position as guidance counselor in different educational institutions,
Hello.
institutions rather.
Yes.
Right now,
Okay lang. Ano yun?
right now, our resource person is affiliated with PAREP Northfield School for Boys as a personal formation officer. I won't keep you long. I know that you will be enjoying and learning from the talk of our esteemed resource person. Let's give a virtual round of applause and welcoming our esteemed resource person, Sir Harold Colon.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sir Gerald, for that wonderful introduction. So let me just share my screen right now. Okay. All right. Can you see my presentation? Okay, there it is. All right. So yeah, so thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be with you all, no? And I am honored to be invited as one of your speakers. Sabi kanina, this will be a series of speakers and I will be the first person, no, to discuss this wonderful topic, no? So bago ang lahat, hayaan niyo muna akong magpakilala. So I am Harold. So let me just yan. So I am an educator right now. I am working as an administrator and I'm also a consultant and at the same time a mental health advocate. So mostly ang aking ginagawa, no, is more on helping out in the schools, and then also right now I am also teaching senior high school, uh, and in the past, I've been a class advisor also. So ako ay pinanganak sa lungsod ng Quezon pero nagkamuwang dito sa Bulacan. So nagtapos ako ng elementarya sa St. James Academy sa Plaridel and ng high school tulad ng sabi ni Sir Gerald sa Immaculate Conception School for Boys. Tapos nag-aral ako sa kolehiyo at nagtapos ng psikolohiya sa University of Santo Tomas in Manila at hanggang ngayon tinatapos ko ang aking graduate studies sa naturang university. So gayon din naman, ako ay nanunungkulan din as president ng Association of Commercial Psychology Alumni and noon lamang March 25, we've launched and established the Tomasian Mental Health Responders na ang layunin ay magbigay ng psychosocial support sa ating mga kababayan na nahihirapan mag-adjust sa sitwasyon na dinaranas ng ating bansa dahil sa COVID-19 pandemic. And since we started, we were able to handle 1,662 cases. Now, different cases in the Philippines. Also, there are some OFWs who also asked, no, for our service. So, sa normal na takbo ng buhay, tulad ng nasabi ko, ako ay nagtuturo. No? So, ayan, ako ay isang class advisor din before. No? And then, sa high school, habang ginagampanan ko yung tungkulin ko also being an administrator. And isa sa adhikain ng aming eskwelahan ay ang itaguyod yung personal formation o character formation. And we provide talks, seminars, and we even invite international speakers, no, to help students, educators, and parents in developing Filipino youths. So personally, I also provide talks and inset seminars to my fellow educators and also to students in the country. No? My favorite clients are from the public school sectors, no? Dahil alam kong marami akong maaabot at matutulungan sa kanila. So, Also, lastly, I'm also a consultant and I advocate financial wellness and management. So naniniwala ko na marami sa mga Pilipino ang nakaka-experience ng stress at iba pang uri ng psychological problems dahil sa usaping pera. And because of that, I developed this advocacy for financial wellness. And also tulad ninyo, meron din akong mga hobbies. I also train dogs and breed Rottweilers. Actually, right now, I have 3 Rottweilers with me. No? Ito ang isa sa mga paraan ko rin para naman mag-relax, no? Mag-distress. And minsan, ito, pasyal-pasyal lang, no? Hindi, biro lang. This is actually a picture taken in one of the work immersion program of my senior high school students. So we were allowed to enter and experience a flight simulator. So pero malay nyo naman, no, di ba? Mukha naman ako ang nagmamaneho ng eroplano. So, enough about me because this talk is not about me but rather it is more about you. So, you, no, BulSuans. Sabi nga kanina doon sa introduction, BulSuans, handa ka na ba? No? So, sino ba ang hindi makakamiss sa napakagandang fasad ng Bulacan State University dito sa Malolos? No? So, my dear students, sa hapon na ito, hayaan nyo akong tulungan kayong maintindihan kung ano nga ba ang stress at kung ano-ano ang mga bagay ang nagdudulot nito at kung paano natin i-manage or i-handle ang stress. So, alam ko na simula pa lamang ng even before the semester ended, during the last semester, no? Iba yung pakiramdam, iba yung experience na naranasan ng lahat, no? Because of this COVID-19 pandemic. And we are experiencing a lot of difficulties right now. And this includes stress. No? And let me share you something about it and later on help you to manage this stress. So hayaan nyo akong ibahagi sa inyo yung katagang sinabi ni Hans Selye.
Sir Les?
So according to Hans Selye, it is not stress that kills us. It is our reaction to it.
Sir, hindi daw pa pwedeng i-disable
Si Hans Selye is the
yung
first
chat sa
scientist
FB ng mga
who
bata.
studied about stress. He is a doctor and actually an
Ma'am,
endocrinologist.
chat na lang po tayo. Baka po ma-distract si sir.
So, ano-ano nga ba ang dahilan ng ating pagkakastress? So, tignan natin itong sinabi ni Hans Selye. No? It is not stress that kills us. It is our reaction to it. Kung paano tayo magre-react dito sa stress na to, yun ang makakagawa ng mga bagay na ikahihirap natin. Okay? So, ano-ano yung mga dahilan ng ating pagka-stress? Before COVID-19 pandemic, ganito ang araw-araw na dinaranas natin. No? Lahat tayo ay mandirigma para sa mga nanggagaling sa bandang Pampanga, for example. Makikipagsiksikan tayo upang makasakay sa Victory Liner na laging punuan. Sa mga nanggagaling naman sa Hagunoy, matinding traffic at ang ating dinadanas, no? And then, swerte ka kung hindi high tide, hindi mo susuungin ng baha. So did you know that in a recent study, around 9 to 15 years are wasted in the lives of every Filipinos due to heavy traffic? So on the average pala, each Filipino spend 3 hours in traffic every single day. And based from WHO in 2018, sa Philippines pa lang, the average life expectancy is 69 daw. So for both men and women. So ibig sabihin, if we will deduct, babawas natin yung 9 to 15 years na nasasayang dahil sa traffic, ang talagang binubuhay natin sa araw-araw is around 45 years old, no? Hanggang 45 or even up to 55 years old lang. So ganoon yung hirap na dinadanas ng normal na tao. Pero, ngayong may pandemya, iba naman ang source of stress natin. feeling of isolation at pagiging malayo sa mga nakasanayan nating mga kasama sa araw-araw. Mga kaklase, kaibigan, para sa mga may nobyo at nobya, no? Sa mga kaibigan nating teachers, professors, at sa iba pa. No? Nakaka-stress dahil gustuhin man natin na lumabas, wala naman tayong quarantine pass dahil isa lang sa bawat pamilya ang binibigyan ng quarantine pass. No? So, this can actually be a source of stress for us. Idagdag mo pa yung matinding init ng panahon noong bandang April and May. And hindi ka makalabas ng bahay, titiisin mo ang init sa loob. So that is the difference between the stress that we are experiencing in the past and the stress that we are experiencing right now. Also, 5 months ago, stress tayo dahil sa pagkakasabay-sabay ng dating mga workloads natin, submissions sa klase natin, no? Or anything else, no? So, lahat ng to dinadanas natin before. Pero, mind you, pag pumasok na ang pasukan, no? Mas nakaka-stress kasi marahil right now you are at home, no? Although you are working at home at a-attend ka ng klase mo online or may online classes ka, pero lahat ng ito ay pagsasabay-sabayin mo sa mga gawaing bahay. And these are actually being experienced already by those people who are working from home. Hindi lang kayong mga estudyante, no? Even yung mga tao, mga magulang, or mga kakilala ninyo na nagtatrabaho sa bahay, they kept on juggling. Pinagsasabay-sabay ang gawaing bahay at ang trabaho sa opisina. Because it is already integrated in your daily activities. Hindi tulad noon, no? 5 months ago, pag nasa loob ka ng classroom, ang iisipin mo lang yung nangyayari sa classroom. Unlike pag pumasok na ang klase, habang nag-online classes ka, iisipin mo pa rin ano yung mga dapat mong gawin sa bahay. For example, no? Ikaw ay nagkaklase, pero bigla kang uutusan ng nanay. Pakitignan mo naman yung sinaing, no? So, distracted. Lahat ng bagay na ito ay sabay-sabay mong gagawin. And this is something that we really need to prepare for. Okay? So, okay. At kung ang lahat ng ito ay hindi mo magagawang i-handle ng mabuti, sabayan pa ng mga mas masasakit na pangyayari sa buhay, no? Especially yung mga taong naranasan din mawalan ng mga mahal sa buhay ngayong pandemyang ito. No? Pag lahat ng ito ay pinagsama-sama mo, pwede tayong maka-experience ng ganitong mga pangyayari. So for example, itong ating nasa news article, no? After her European boyfriend breaks up with her, a 17-year-old girl falls into a suicidal depression, even though they had never in real life seen each other in real life and the relationship existed purely online. So just imagine, dahil hindi mo nagawang i-handle yung stress, darating ka sa sitwasyon ng suicidal depression. Hindi lamang yan. Another example, after being hounded online for his supposed involvement in fraternity hazing, a student leader in a state university hangs himself in his bedroom. And it can actually cost life. No? Pwedeng mawalan ng buhay dahil hindi mo na-handle ng mabuti ang stress mo. At ito yung mga bagay na ayaw natin mangyari. Another example is this one. A young girl has taken to cutting herself because she says, there is something imploding inside me and I don't know what it is. But when I cut myself, it relieves that pain. So, ito lamang ang ilan sa mga bagay na pwedeng mangyari, no? Kung hindi natin magagawang i-manage yung stress na na-experience natin araw-araw. So, good news muna tayo. no? In one study, no, in an international study, uh, gusto kong ibalita sa inyo na there is an increase in the number of students seeking appointments at counseling centers. There is a 30% no, increase. Tumataas at patuloy itong tumataas, no, na ang mga estudyante ay kumukonsulta na sa kanilang mga guidance counselors o sa iba pang mga professional sa larangan ng mental health. And nakatutuwang isipin na ito ay nagagawa na sa ganitong mga panahon. At mulat na, no, ang marahil ang marami sa atin patungkol sa mental health. And I just want to tell you, no, my dear students, mental health is as important as your physical health. Kung binibigyan mong importansya ang iyong physical health, no, at ayaw mong nagkakasakit ka, mas lalong dapat din na ang mental health mo ay binibigyan mong pansin dahil ito ay konektado sa iyong physical health. Ayon din dito sa study na to, sa pag-aaral na to, no, 61% of those students who consulted their guidance counselors are experiencing anxiety. And then 49% naman depression, 45% are experiencing stress, and then 31, 28, 27% in other issues. Mind you, all of this, most of this, especially those other three, no, the last three, are related to stress. At kung titignan natin, anxiety and depression are connected with stress. And kung hindi mo magagawang i-handle, i-manage ang stress, it can lead to anxiety and depression. At ito ang ayaw natin mangyari. Okay? Puntahan naman natin sa konteksto ng Pilipinas. So, batay sa isang pag-aaral, no, 15% ng mga tao who participated in the study, no, are experiencing critical level of stress. And then 29% are experiencing anxiety, 21% are experiencing depression. So ito yung nangyayari sa atin ngayon sa Pilipinas. And maganda na nakikita rin natin na tapos na rin pala yung panahon na ang mental health is a taboo. Kumbaga, hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan. Okay? And natutuwa ako dahil sinimulan natin yung series of webinar na ito upang tignan muna at kilatisin kamusta ang estadong mental ng bawat isa sa atin bago tayo tumungo sa normal na takbo ng buhay. Okay? At maraming salamat dahil ako yung inimbitahan, no, para dito. Kaya naman nararapat lang na alamin natin ano ba itong dinaranas natin na stress. Ano ba talaga ang stress at bakit kailangan na ito ay malaman natin, maintindihan. Sabi nga ng late Ernie Baron, no, maybe some of you were not able to see him, no, sa TV Patrol, no. Kapag walang knowledge, walang power. That is why it is very important for you to be knowledgeable about it. Alamin mo ang bagay na ito dahil pag alam mo na ang bagay na ito, magkakaroon ka na ng pagkakataon upang i-manage ito at maiwasan. Okay? So, talakayin natin. What is stress? Stress is the body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment or response. Ibig sabihin, sa tuwing may mga pagkakataon na kailangan nating mag-adjust sa sitwasyon at magbigay ng response, tayo ay nakaka-experience ng stress. Example, nung simula ng community quarantine, nagsimula rin ang alintuntunin na bawal lumabas ang mga tao except kung may quarantine pass ka. Ito ay isa sa mga pinakamalaking adjustment, no, na naranasan ng bawat isa sa atin. Biruin mo, hindi ka makakalabas sa iyong tahanan basta-basta. Isang tao lang sa bawat pamilya ang maaaring lumabas. And with that, we experience, no, that particular stress na nililimitahan yung mga paggalaw natin. Lalo-lalo na para doon sa mga taong hindi sanay na nasa loob lang ng bahay, na walang ginagawa, no? Or hindi nakikisalamuha sa ibang mga tao. So, stress is the body reacts to these changes with physical, mental, and emotional responses. Ibig sabihin pala, no, kapag nakakaranas tayo ng mga pagbabago because of stress, ito ay dahil, no, na-experience natin yung pagbabago sa physical, sa mental, at sa emotional responses. Okay, bigyan natin ng isang halimbawa. No? Naalala mo pa ba noong binigyan ka ng assignment or requirement ng isang professor mo, no? Para doon sa mga estudyante natin from second year to fourth year. And for those people naman na magsisimula pa lamang, no? During reporting in class, naalala mo ba yung mga pagkakataon na sobra kang kabado sa reporting at todo-todo ang pagpapawis, no, na nararanasan mo during that time? Baskil na baskil ka na, pero kailangan mo pa rin magmukhang relaxed. Mahirap, di ba? Pero kailangan mong gawin, di ba? That's actually your physical response to stress. Mental responses naman ay yung lagi mong sinasabi sa sarili mo, kaya ko ba ito? Oo, kaya mo yan, mag-ready ka. No? Ito yung mga lagi mong sinasabi sa iyong isipan na magagawa ko ba kaya ang bagay na ito? At kapag kinakausap mo yung sarili mo na kaya mo to, pinasok mo to, dapat tapusin mo. That is actually your response to stress. Whenever you are telling yourselves what to do, kung kaya mo ba o hindi ang mga bagay na ito, these are your responses mentally to stress. How about emotional? Yung pakiramdam na kabadong-kabado ka during your reporting. Nasa height ka ng iyong emotions. No? Hindi mo alam kung maiihi ka na, mapupupo, sumasakit ang tiyan, sumasakit ang ulo, hindi mo alam anong nararamdaman mo. But eventually, after mong mairaos yung reporting na to, lahat ng yung nawawala. So that is your emotional responses to stress. Okay? So, isa pa. So, sa atin namang pag-take ng exams, which is also a stressful situation, okay? Nung mag-take ka, for example, ng exam mo dito sa BSU, yung college entrance test, hindi ba kahit paano nakaranas ka rin ng nervyos? Okay? Meron siguro ilan na nakararamdam ng sakit ng ulo. Meron din siguro na sumakit ang tiyan at naisipang pumunta sa banyo. No? Those are experiences, no? Our body's reaction to stress. Okay? And in mental response naman, yung pagtanong mo sa sarili mo, makakapasa kaya ako? Oo, papasa ko to. No? Kung yung pagsabi mo na kailangan pumasa ka dito, kung hindi, goodbye college ka. Di ba? Pressure is real. And your emotional response to that is kabado ka, pero matapang mong haharapin yung problema. That is also part of our experiences whenever we experience stress. Also, relationship. Grabe ka naman, sir. Di ba, di naman stressful ang relationship. Mas masaya kasi para kang nasa cloud 9, lalo na kapag kilig moments with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Okay, sabihin mo sa akin yan, pero sige nga. Gentlemen, para sa mga lalaki dito, hindi ba nakaka-stress kapag tinanong ka na ng girlfriend mo, anong mas gusto mo, Dota o ako? And with that, relationship becomes stressful. Okay? Ilan lamang yan sa mga experiences na nararanasan natin. No? Another thing. Di ba? mas masaya kaya, no? Prior to your experiences, no? Na late ka ng 5 minutes, may meeting kayo ng girlfriend mo, no? Magkikita kayo, na late ka. So kulang na lang kumain ng tao yung girlfriend mo sa galit. Yung pala, it's because gutom lang. So those are experiences in relationships wherein we encounter stress. I don't say that these are true to everyone, ha? Pero ilan lamang ito sa mga na-experience ng mga tao. Okay? So, ibig sabihin lang nito, you can experience stress in different ways. You may experience it from your environment, from your own body, and even from your own thoughts. Okay? Lahat ng ito ay nararanasan natin, no? Dahil sa mga pangyayaring nagaganap sa paligid natin, marahil dahil sa pagbabago sa ating mga katawan, sa mga nararanasan natin, no? And even dahil sa mga bagay na iniisip natin. Bigyan kita ng example about environment, noise or ingay. Hindi ba pag nagko-concentrate ka tapos biglang may dumating na maingay at umupo malapit sa'yo, nagbabago ang mood mo, di ba? Nagbabago ang experience mo. Either mag-a-adjust ka to adapt o hindi ka makakapagpigil, magagalit ka, sisigaw ka o kung kalmado kang tipong ng tao, pagsasabihan mo sila kung po pwedeng huwag masyadong maingay. Pero habang ang lahat ng ito ay pinoproseso mo, anong naiisip at nararamdaman mo? There is build-up of tensions and emotion. Tama ba? Habang iniisip mo yung gagawin mo, hindi mo maintindihan na ano ba tong nararamdaman mo internally. No? Nagagalit ba ako? Dahil sa galit ko bang ito, sisigawan ko sila? No? Tama. Lahat ng ito, may build-up of tensions in our internally because stress yan. Okay? Another environmental factor. Ngayong nasa MECQ tayo, no? Again, bumalik na naman tayo sa MECQ. Hindi ba pakiramdam mo na naman na nakakulong ka at limitado na naman yung mga galaw mo? Hindi ka muling makakalabas na para kang preso. So these are some of the environmental factors. Although on the positive note, no, sa positive side naman, if people around you are very warming, no, approachable, so madaling kausap, understanding, di ba less stress yon? Sarap sanang magstay, no, sa lugar na ganyan. Compare mo naman sa lugar na puro pataasan, no, pagalingan, may competitions palagi, no? Ang hirap sumabay sa ganong klase ng environment. So, it only shows na our environment affects our way of living. Ibig sabihin, even in our environment, we actually experience stress. Okay? So, even in social media, no? Social media can be a source of stress. So just recently, I've been seeing a lot of negative things in social media. So lalo na yung mababalitaan mo yung mga nangyayari sa ating mga health workers, yung pagod na nararanasan nila. Even if may mga kaibigan at kakilalang naging biktima ng COVID-19, ang hirap. No? In social media, we experience these things. And mind you, you should not be bombarding yourselves with these things. And I hope that with this talk, I can also ask all of you to at least, no, gamitin natin yung social media sa magandang pamamaraan. At least share one positive thing every single day. So, mas mahirap naman, di ba, no, na puro negative na lang yung nababasa natin. So, just imagine if every single one person of us who are present in this webinar will share a positive thing in social media, mas masarap sanang mag-browse sa social media. No? We can actually make a difference. And it is actually a choice. Lahat ng ito ay choice natin. Okay? In a study, meron nga, in a study by the Association of American Psychological Association, so social media worries, no, tinanong nila kung nangangamba ba ang mga tao sa negatibong epekto ng social media sa kanilang pisikal at kaisipang pangkalusugan. So ito yung sagot nila, no? 48% nangangamba sa mga millennials. 37% naman sa mga Gen Xers. So 22% sa mga boomers and 15% sa mga matures. So sa mga matures, ito na yung mga lolo-lola natin. Boomers, ito yung mga tito-tita and some of our Gen Xers. Itong mga millennials, ito yung mga kaedaran natin. Okay? So, marahil din na 15% or mababa lang yung mga nasa matures because most of them doesn't have any social media at all. So ibig sabihin pala, lahat tayo, no, marami sa atin, almost half of those people who participated in the study, so almost half of them knew na may negatibong epekto ang social media sa ating physical at mental health. So ibig sabihin pala, no, ang gagawin natin sa social media, whatever we post in social media can affect other people. So, nasa atin ulit, no, ang choice. Magiging source ka ba ng stress para sa mga taong connected sa iyo sa social media, or you will be a source of positivism? Nasa inyo ang choice. Ang kagandahan nito, no, may kapangyarihan kang baguhin ang mga nangyayari sa lipunan ngayon, even by means of social media. Also, another source of stress, no, is our body. So body can be a source of stress, especially yung ating body image. May mga taong napaka-importante sa kanila kung ano yung nakikita ng iba, no? Yung kanilang panlabas na kaanyuan. This can actually be a source of stress hindi lamang sa mga kababaihan, no? But even sa mga kalalakihan, no, meron ding mga very important sa kanila yung itsura, yung buhok, no, yung gupit nila, no? So paano na kaya ngayon medyo mahirap magpagupit dahil sa pandemic, no? Although bukas na yung mga barbershops and salons, no? So that's also something. Meron nga akong na-encounter one time, tumingin lang sa salamin and then biglang nagsisisigaw. Akala ko kung ano nang nangyari. Yun pala, may tumubo lang na pimple sa kanyang muka. Sabi ko, with just one pimple, no? Ganun na ka-apektado. No? And then there are people who are very important sa kanila na naka-apply ng makeup before going out. No? So those things, whatever changes we encounter in our body, for example, ngayong pandemic, no, ngayong naka-community quarantine tayo, marahil marami sa mga pagbabagong naganap sa bawat isa sa atin ay yung pagkakaroon ng tiyan natin. Mas lumaki yata yung tiyan. No? Before pandemic, fit, no? Dahil nakakalabas, nakakapag-jogging, nakakapag-lakad, no? Ngayon, nasa bahay lang. But it is not an excuse, no, for you to forget about your physical health. Okay? Sumunod naman ay yung ating paraan ng pag-iisip. Our thoughts. No? Ito ay makakaapekto rin sa pagkakaranas natin ng stress. Example, MECQ na naman. Hindi ko na naman mabibisita ang girlfriend ko. No? So, this is a reality. No? There are people who are experiencing this type of stress. Pero, tignan mo yung paraan ng paraan ng pag-iisip, our way of thinking. So, for example, in this situation, balik na rin naman natin. No? MECQ na naman. Di bale, may FB Messenger naman at Viber. Makakatatawagan ko at makakausap pa rin yung girlfriend or boyfriend ko. Hindi ba? Naiwasan natin yung pagkakaramdam ng stress. It's a matter of how we perceive things. No? Ang paraan ng ating pag-iisip ay maaaring makaapekto sa pagkakaranas natin ng stress. Kung ito man ay magiging positibo or negatibo. Kung negatibo, we expect that we will also experience stress negatively. Kung positibo naman, then we experience stress on a positive way. Alam nyo ba na maging ang mga magagandang pangyayari sa ating buhay ay maaaring source din ng stress? Tama, di ba? So, example, for those people who graduated with honors nung high school, magaling, di ba? You graduated with honors even if you are a valedictorian or salutatorian. No? Pero, because of this, mas mataas ang expectations naman sa'yo ng tao na dapat pagdating ng college, mag-cum laude ka or higher pa. No? Pressure is real. And these are positive events in our lives. Diba? Again, it's a matter of perspective. Sumunod dito, another example, pagkakaroon ng mga bagong alaga, pets. No? May bago kang puppy or dun sa ibang mga mahilig naman sa ibang klase ng hayop sa pusa. No? Maganda tong this is a positive event in our life. Pero, bakit siya nagiging source of stress? Kasi may dagdag na responsibilidad ka na. Ikaw ang magpapakain, ikaw ang maglalabas kung kakailanganin nilang dumumi. So all of those things, no? Again, these are changes in our usual daily routine. And stress happens when there is adjustment. Mas lalo na ngayon. No? Another thing, last example, sa positive events. Binilhan ka dahil pandemic, alam ng parents mo na flexible learning or sometimes in other schools, no, meron silang online learning. So, this can actually be a source of stress. Bakit? Binilhan ka ng laptop or ng gadget na bago. So ngayon, wala ka ng dahilan para hindi pumasa sa klase mo. So mas dapat lagi mong pagbutihan. Okay? Yun yung iba, yun yung mga bagay na can actually happen, no? Yung positive events in our lives kung na makaka-apekto pa rin sa ating pag-experience ng stress. Yung iba ko ngang mga kakilala, ito ang nagiging whenever may mga bagong laptop, no? Nagiging laptop din siya ng bayan o ng barkada. May nakikigawa ng PowerPoint, ng report, no? And there's no problem with that. But again, you should always know how to say no. Kung ikaw naman ang nangangailangan, no? So dapat matuto ka rin sabihin na sa pagkakataong ito, may gagawin ako, no? Siguro pwede kong pahiramin sa'yo pagtapos kong matapos yung aking isa-submit for the class. So these things can actually be a source of stress. So, ibig sabihin pala, sa dinarami-rami ng ating mga naging examples, parang sa lahat ng pagkakataon pala ay maaari nating ma-experience ang stress. Yes! No? Tama. Because stress is a normal part of one's life. Parte siya ng buhay natin. At ang stress can be positive because it keeps us alert, motivated, and ready to avoid danger. Example, may exams ka bukas. Kailangan maghanda ka. And with stress, dahil na-experience mo yung stress, mas pagbubutihan mo. nakakatulong ito upang mag-perform tayo ng mas maganda. Another example, binigyan ka ng special assignment ng professor. No? Dahil alam niyang kaya mo at may kakayanan kang gawin ito, no? It can be a source of stress, pero dahil stress ka, mas paghahandaan mo ito. Okay? Sa kabilang banda, ito ay nagiging negative kung patuloy mong nararanasan yung stress nang hindi ka nakakapagpahinga. Kung patuloy, no, paulit-ulit na meron kang na-experience na stress, pero wala kang pagkakataon para mag-relax. And this can actually be a source of this stress. So ang tawag na natin dito, if a person faces non-stop challenges without relief or relaxation between stressors, we call it distress. Okay? Stress that continues without relief can lead to condition called distress. And this is a negative stress reaction. Okay? So, paano mo masasabi kung nakakaranas ka na ng distress? So, bibigyan ko kayo ng iba't ibang mga sintomas, iba't ibang mga maaari ninyong maranasan, no, na makakapagsasabi na you are already in a distress situation. Number one, no, physical symptoms. Ito yung mga nararanasan mong physical. Okay? Mayroon kang na-experience na sintomas ng pagsakit ng ulo, pagkasira ng tiyan. Bakit sa tuwing papasok ako sa klase na ito, sumasakit yung tiyan ko or sumasakit ang ulo ko? Marahil, itong subject or course na tinitake mo right now is a source of stress for you. No? Balik tanaw natin. Ano yung nangyari? Bakit nararanasan ko itong mga sintomas na ito? Another physical manifestation of stress is high blood pressure. Okay? Elevated blood pressure, pagtaas ng ating blood pressure. Dati naman hindi ka high blood, no? Pero bakit nung nagsimula yung community quarantine, lagi na akong mataas ang aking BP? And huli, sa physical symptoms ay yung pagkahirap sa pagtulog. Simula ng MECQ, hindi na ako makatulog. Bakit kaya? So, these are manifestations of stress physically. Another manifestations of stress is the emotional and psychological effects naman. Ano yung mga ito? Feelings of depression. Kapag nakakaranas ka ng sobrang lungkot, to the point na kahit hindi ka matulog, gusto mong nakahiga ka lang maghapon at wala kang nakikitang ibang tao. You want to be isolated. Okay? Also, experiencing panic attacks. Bigla ka na lang nahihirapan huminga. No? Meron akong mga nakakausap sa mga pagkakataong ito, no? During the implementation of ECQ in Metro Manila before, nakaranas siya ng panic attack, no? Nung nakaranas siya ng symptoms ng flu. So, nandun na yung hindi siya makahinga, hindi makatulog, no? And bigla na lang nangyayari sa kanya. These are factors and manifestations of emotional and psychological effects of stress. And also, anxiety o pangamba. Lagi ka na lang nangangamba. No? Anxious ka. Ano yung mga posibilidad na pwedeng mangyari? At yung worrying, pag-aalala. Lagi kang nag-aalala na baka magkaroon ako ng COVID-19. Konting kibot lang, konting kate sa iyong lalamunan, Lagi mo nang i-associate sa COVID-19. Nako, nakakuha na yata ako ng sakit. No? Nangangamba ka, nag-aalala. At dumarating yung punto na hindi ka na rin makatulog. So all of these are connected. Your physical and your emotional and psychological manifestations of stress are connected with each other. Kung isa rito o higit pa sa mga ito ang nararanasan mo, makabubuting kumausap ka na ng profesional o individual na may training pagdating sa psychosocial support. No? So, they may be a psychologist, no? Or mental health volunteers. So, marami tayo. No? In our organization, in the Tomasian Psychological Association, no? We've developed the Tomasian Mental Health Responders. At isa sa mga adhikain namin ay magbigay ng libreng psychosocial support, no? Sa mga nakararanas ng anxiety, no? Ng worrying, ng stress, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga estudyante, no? Sa mga nasa work from home, at even yung ating mga health workers. So binuksan namin yung programang ito para sa lahat. So there. So alam nyo ba na 6 or 6 out of the different causes of death, no, top causes of death in the whole world, no, this data is from 2017 pa. 6 dito is stress related. Ano ibig ko sabihin? So 6 sa mga sakit na pinakamataas na cause ng ating ng pagkamatay ng mga tao sa buong mundo ay dahil sa stress. Isang culprit ay ang stress. Ano-ano ito? Number 1 is the cardiovascular diseases or yung mga sakit sa puso. Number 2 is cancer. So, isa ito sa mga kaso ng pagkamatay, no, sa buong mundo. Also, respiratory diseases, liver cirrhosis, kidney diseases, and other digestive diseases. These are related with stress. Kaya nga, kanina, sinabi ko sa inyo, our mental health is equally important as our physical health. Dahil magkaduktong ang ating mental health at ang ating physical health. Kung ikaw ay nakararanas na ng stress, no, ito ay magkakaroon ng epekto pagdating sa iyong physical health later on. Kaya importanteng solusyonan mo na agad ito. So, kaya balikan muna muli natin yung sinabi ni Hans Selye. No? Sabi niya, it is not stress that kills us. It is our reaction to it. Ibig sabihin, mayroon tayong magagawa. At yun ang magandang isipin natin palagi. May mga hakbang na pwede tayong gawin upang hindi tayo humantong sa pagkakaroon ng sakit ng dahil sa stress. And with this, I am giving you 10 ways in managing your stress. Isa-isahin natin. Okay, number 1. Remember the principle of individual differences. Ano ba yung principle of individual differences? Walang tao na may equally, no, na pagkakapare-parehas. Lahat tayo ay magkakaiba sa lahat ng bagay. So there is no single level of stress that is optimal for all people. Ibig sabihin, yung stress na nararanasan ko ngayon, pwedeng hindi stressful para sa iyo. At yung stressful para sa iyo ay marahil hindi naman stressful para sa akin. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nito, babaliwalain ko na lang. No? Let us not invalidate those experiences, those things, no, na sinasabi sa atin whenever people are confiding or sharing to us na nasa-stress sila. At sasabihin mo, wala yan. Hindi. Let us not invalidate that feelings. Because those feelings are correct and true. dapat natin isipin palagi na yung stress na nararanasan niya marahil ay excuse me, ay matindi na para sa kanya. Although para sa atin, pwedeng hindi. Okay? Most of the stress that we experience are actually self-generated. Whenever an event will make us feel threatened or stimulated, no? So whether it will make us feel happy or sad, encouraged or discouraged, it depends on how we will perceive things. Lahat tayo may pagkakaiba-iba. And yan yung number one nating paraan para ma-manage ang stress. Tandaan natin na magkakaiba tayo. At tignan natin ano ba yung stress para sa sarili natin. Okay? Number 2. Number 2 is recognize that there are things that are beyond your control. So, hindi lahat ng bagay may control tayo. Dapat natin, dapat tayo maging handa. No? At lagi nating pakaiisipin, gaano man tayo kahanda sa lahat ng bagay, mayroon at mayroong mga bagay na mangyayari na hindi natin kontrolado. For example, internet connection problem, parang ano lang yan, parang tayong dalawa lang. Minsan, mayroong connection, pero mas madalas, walang connection. Diba? Brownout, parang pag-ibig lang, hindi mo alam kung kailan darating. Diba? So, we don't know. Bibiglain na lang tayo ng Meralco, no? Na there's power interruption. So, those things are things na hindi natin kontrolado. And dapat, tignan natin at recognize natin na gaano man tayo kahanda, may mga bagay na mangyayari sa buhay natin na we just need to surrender. No? Hindi natin kayang paghandaan ang lahat ng bagay. For example, itong pandemyang ito, walang bansa na talaga namang nakapaghanda dahil sa biglaang pangyayaring ito. No? But we have to be resilient. Kailangan natin bumangon, 'di ba? At ito ang dapat nating mas bigyang pansin, no, in managing stress. Imbis na magmukmok tayo doon sa mga bagay na hindi natin kontrolado, dapat, no, i-recognize natin na we just have to surrender it. No? Number 3, know your trigger points. Recognize the source of negative stress. And this is not an admissions of weakness, no, of your weaknesses or your inability to cope, but rather it is a way for you, no, to identify what is the source of the problem and the plan of measures to overcome it. Dahil alam ko kung ano yung nagtitrigger sa akin, alam ko rin kung paano ito iiwasan, no? So, rather than looking for cure, let's just make a way to prevent it. So alam mo, organized kang tipo ng tao. Gusto mong lahat ng bagay nakaplano. So just in case na hindi matuloy ang plan A, dapat may plan B, may plan C, may plan up to plan Z. Para hindi ka mauubusan at hindi sasama ang loob mo. Pero, just in case, no, na talagang hindi na po pwedeng, wala na tayong magagawa, so, balikan natin yung concept of number 2. Alright? So, alamin mo, ano yung nakakapagpa-trigger sa'yo ng stress? No? Kung sa bahay, no, gusto mo, kapag nag-aaral ka, tinatapos mo muna yung pag-aaral mo bago ka utusan, baka mas maganda na kausapin mo ang mga magulang mo, kausapin mo ang mga kapatid mo, na ito ang schedule ko. Okay? Darating tayo dyan mamaya. Number 4. Change your way of thinking, your behavior, and your lifestyle. Reframing. No? So, i-reframe natin, baguhin natin yung paraan natin ng pagtanggap sa mga bagay-bagay. Change your way of thinking. No? Be more on the positive side rather than on the negative. Di ba meron niyang sinabi, isang basong tubig, is it half full? No? Or ano ba? On the other side. No? So, just try to reframe your mindset. Okay? Change the way that you look at things. Think positively and focus on the good side of it. And also, maganda na tignan natin, look for opportunities that you can actually get from it rather than the threats that you might experience because of it. Sa pagbabago natin, for example, because of this new normal, sa pagdating sa paraan ng klase, no? Hindi lahat ng mai-offer ng eskwelahan ay agad-agad na magiging katanggap-tanggap. Pero tignan natin yung opportunity rather than the threats. Bakit? Kung hindi gagawin ito ng eskwelahan, no? Paano na yung education mo? Kung hindi natin ito itutuloy ngayon, for example, paano na yung pagtatapos mo? Madedelay ka ba ng 1 year just merely because hindi natin gusto yung paraan na gagawin ng eskwelahan? All of us are adjusting right now. And we need to change our mindset. Change the way we think. Mind you, hindi naman gagalaw ang eskwelahan nang hindi inaalam ang mga pangyayari sa bawat bahay, no? Sa bawat estudyante. As much as possible, gusto nitong i-cater ang lahat. No? And your behavior and your lifestyle should be adjusted also. Tulad niyan, dun sa mga kabataan na mahilig pumunta sa malls, no, gumala, no, pumunta sa computer shops, no, makipag socialize outside. So, sa ganitong pagkakataon, hindi na natin po pwedeng basta-basta gawin because of this pandemic. And we need to adjust our behavior. So, kung gusto natin mag-socialize, gumawa tayo ng isang Zoom meeting, no? At doon lahat tayo nakikipagkwentuhan, catching up with our friends. We can actually still do those things sa ibang pamamaraan nga lang. Okay? So, also get organized. So, I don't know if you know Marie Kondo, no? So, do the Marie Kondoing. It is actually therapeutic, no? Yung aayusin mo, yung organize mo yung mga gamit mo sa bahay, hindi mo napapansin, no? Cluttered na. So do decluttering. Ayusin mo yung mga gamit mo. Ang dami na palang nakatambak na damit, no? Baka it's about time for you to check. Baka hindi mo na sinusuot ang mga bagay na ito. Those are therapeutic actually, no? Yung mga ganong mga pamamaraan. Okay? So, next is number 5, make a schedule and follow it. Manage your time well. So, ngayon pa lang, hindi pa nagsisimula yung mga klase ninyo. No? My advice to all of the students, BulSuans, no? Ito ang advice ko sa inyo. Ngayon pa lang, kausapin na ninyo ang tao sa inyong tahanan. Kausapin nyo si nanay, kausapin nyo si tatay, si kuya, si ate, or si bunso. No? Lahat sila kausapin nyo. And magkaroon kayo ng desisyon, no? Na gagawa ikaw ng schedule mo sa darating na pasukan. Para sa darating na pasukan. No? At doon, maglagay ka rin ng kopya ng schedule mo para sa lahat. Sa common place, dapat lahat nakikita ito. No? Bakit? Dahil ito yung schedule mo para umattend ng klase, no? Or gawin ang mga bagay na dapat mong gawin para sa iyong pag-aaral. At sa schedule na ito ay hindi ka nila pwedeng istorbohin. Okay? For example, for 3 hours, no, straight, may klase ako at gagawin ko yung mga worksheets na dapat kong gawin. Hindi dapat ako maistorbo. Okay? Bakit? Kasi mamaya, habang nasa online class ka at nagre-recitation, baka bigla kang tawagin ng nanay mo sa mabaho mong palayaw. O, maririnig pa yan ng mga kaklase mo at sasama pa ang loob mo, di ba? So kung meron mang source ng burnout, ngayon pa lang, no, itigil na natin siya. I-prevent na natin to happen. So talk among your family members. Tell them na, for example, if you have household chores, no, meron kang mga bagay na talagang ikaw ang gumagawa sa inyong bahay, nagluluto, nagsasaing. So have a common time for that. So pag-usapan ninyo mabuti, no? Paghugas ng plato, no? Ito yung mga oras na dapat nag-aaral ako at iaalat ko para sa trabaho. Bakit ko sinasabi ito? Dahil marami sa mga nakakausap kong mga estudyante, no? Lalo na yung mga nasa college, ang sinasabi nila, during the first few days, no, of the community quarantine, ang sabi nila, hindi po ako, sir, makapag-aral sa bahay. Kasi itong mga estudyanteng ito, masanay na nag-aaral sa eskwelahan, kung social-socialin sa Starbucks, pero iisa lang naman yung o-orderin na kape, tapos 10 sila, no? So, ito yung mga nakasanayan na nilang mga bagay, no? Hindi sila makapag-aral sa bahay dahil daw pag nasa bahay sila, maya't maya may bagong inuutos. Okay? Hindi sila makapag-focus. And right now, if there are also, kung meron mang mga magulang na nanonood ngayon, no, kasama natin, pag-usapan po ninyo ng inyong mga anak. Dapat itong bagay na ito ay may solusyon tayo. At sa simula pa lamang, para maiwasan natin yung mga diskusyonan later on sa loob ng bahay at makakapag dala pa ito ng stress sa atin. No? Have a schedule, follow it, manage your time, and discuss this with your family members. Okay, right? Next tayo, number 6. Eat on time and eat well-balanced meal. So kung meron man tayong dapat na bigyan pansin, no, ngayong nasa COVID-19 pandemic tayo, alalahanin mo yung mga pagkakataon na hindi ka kumain sa tamang oras. Okay? Yung mga pagkakataon na budget meal, yung talagang kinakain mo because nagtitipid dahil mamamasahe ka pa, no? May mga projects na kailangan i-submit at kailangan yung mga materials for those projects. Kung meron mang bagay na dapat nating balik-tanawin, ngayong nandito tayo sa COVID-19 pandemic, ito ay yung pagkakataon na dapat isipin naman natin yung sarili natin. Ito yung pagkakataon na ipamper mo naman yung sarili mo. Ngayon, wala ka ng rason para hindi kumain sa hindi tamang oras. Dahil nasa bahay ka. No? Give yourself a break. Bigyan mo naman ng pagkakataon na maranasan ng bawat isa sa atin, no, na kumain tayo sa tamang oras at kumain tayo ng mga tamang pagkain. Noon, siguro, nung normal pa ang lahat, kahit ano na lang kakainin, no? Panawid gutom, kumbaga, dahil marami kang kailangan gawin. But right now, you are at the comfort of your own homes, sa mga bahay ninyo, kasama ang inyong mga pamilya. Ang isa sa mga nais ko sanang gawin ninyo, no, ay yung kumain kayo ng tama at kumain kayo sa tamang oras. Because this can also affect your way, no, to resist all kinds of diseases. So dapat lagi tayong healthy, no? Yung kinakain natin ay magagamit din natin, no, panlaban sa mga sakit. So kumain ng gulay, and also lagi kong sinasabi, kumain kayo ng saging at lahat ng mga kulay green na leafy vegetables. Bakit? Because these two, no, itong green leafy vegetables at saka banana are actually producing tryptophan. And this tryptophan are converted, no, and it is being used by our body to produce the happy hormones serotonin. So para iwas na rin tayo sa feelings of depression. Alright? Next will be number 7. Ito na yata yung pinakamahirap gawin sa lahat. Exercise regularly. Kung mayroon mang naidudulot, no, yung community quarantine, siguro yung paglaki natin ngayon, no? And we need to exercise regularly because being physically fit allows our body to fight stress. And also, may mga pag-aaral din na nagsasabi na those people who are doing exercise regularly are experiencing less stress. Number 8, get enough sleep and rest. Students, BulSuans, no? Mga parents. Ito po, no, isa sa mga bagay na simple pero winawalang bahala natin madalas. Yung tulog po. Tama na muna siguro yung Netflix, na biktima ka rin ba nung Chloe, no? So natapos mo na ba yung mga sinimulan mong series na pinapanood? So, tama na muna, no? Wala namang kaso, walang problema na gawin natin yung mga bagay na ito because it provides entertainment. Pero ang bagay na sobra ay hindi rin tama. Kung ito ay nakakaapekto na sa iyong pagtulog, siguro dapat i-manage mo na rin yan. Tama na muna ang pag-ML. Kasi kahit ano namang gawin mo, hindi mo ma-achieve yung pagiging mythic. No? So, tigil mo na yan. Either feeder ka o di marunong yung mga kasama mo. Imbis na ma-stress ka lang sa kalaro mo na hindi marunong, well, itulog mo na lang. No? So for those who are gamers, mga naglalaro ng Mobile Legends. So, have some rest. No? Noon, hindi natin nagagawa tong mga bagay na to. But because of the ECQ, of the community quarantine, MECQ, may pagkakataon tayo magpahinga. At gamitin natin yung pagkakataong itong magpahinga. Huwag natin abusuhin lalo yung ating mga katawan. Kung noon, no, naabuso na natin yung katawan natin dahil sa trabaho, dahil sa mga demands sa buhay natin, this is the right time for you to rejuvenate. At mind you, you will experience less stress kung meron kang tamang tulog. You will experience less stress, no, kung kakain ka ng tama at meron kang pahinga. Number 9, so tulad ng ginagawa ko, make time for your hobbies or interest or learn new hobbies. No? So kung noon, mahilig kang maggitara, so sa bahay, pwede ka pa rin naman maggitara. Okay? Hobbies mo, magbasa ng libro, tuloy mo yung pagbabasa ng libro. Magbigay ka ng oras para dyan sa mga bagay na yan. Kung gusto mo matuto ng bago, no, ng mga bagong bagay, example, kung paano tumugtog ng ukulele, gawin mo. Alright? So this is a good opportunity for you because this will distract you from thinking negative things. Maliwanag? At ang panghuli, okay, keep the physical distancing but promote social interaction. So, i-correct ko lang ha, dapat natin maintindihan ang physical distancing. At least, di ba, 1 meter apart. Tama? Pero hindi dapat natin ginagawa ang social distancing. Now, more than ever, we should be socializing with our family, with our relatives, no? With our friends. Dapat tayo nakikipag-usap. Dapat tayo mas ginagamit natin yung mga gadgets natin and yung social media, no? Upang makihalubilo sa mga tao na kakilala natin. Ngayon nyo gamitin yung kapangyarihan ng social media. Use Zoom, use Google Meet, Facebook Messenger. Gamitin nyo lahat ng yan. Because this is a good way for you, no, to talk to people. Hindi nyo rin alam, baka that particular person that you're planning to talk to actually needs someone to talk to. So, let's promote social interaction. At the same time, let's keep the physical distancing. Alright? So, yan yung 10. No? Although, meron akong bonus para sa inyong lahat. So, I hope okay lang na magbigay ako ng bonus. So, manage your money and stay away from unnecessary expenses. So, maraming nasistress dahil walang pera. Ngayon, ang panahon na mas kakailanganin mo ang iyong pera para sa mga basic needs mo. Kaya iwasan natin ang nagumastos para sa mga bagay na hindi natin kailangan. Hindi natin alam hanggang kailan natin mararanasan itong new normal na to. No? Just imagine, ngayon, 2 beses ka lang sa isang linggo po pwedeng lumabas kung nandito ka sa Bulacan because of coded lang, no? Kung kailan ka pwedeng lumabas to buy your basic needs. So, manage your money well. Okay? Kung meron kang ipon, wag mong sayangin yan sa bagay na hindi naman kailangan. So, yun lamang, no? Before I end, I just want to invite people who are experiencing too much stress. So this is the Tomasian Mental Health Responders, and we provide free mental health support, no, to different individuals. May it be in a form of calling and chatting. So it's okay to be not okay. You just have to say to yourself that you need help, and we will be there to help you. So you can go directly to our to this URL, to this site, no, to register, and then within 72 hours, we will assign a volunteer to talk to you, no? And that's our kumbaga, yan ang gusto namin mangyari na within 72 hours may tao nang kakausap sa iyo. And then if the link is not working, you may actually send your messages via Viber or regular text message in these numbers: 0917-152-1817. So that's the Tomasian Mental Health Responder. So if there are other organizations who are also providing free mental health, no? So you may also go to those different organizations. And before I end it, I just want to say, maintain a certain level of stress because it can actually bless. With that, thank you very much.
Dear students, virtual clap po sa ating napakagaling na resource person para kay Sir Harold Colon. Salamat, Sir Harold. Salamat ng marami. But at this point, we will give way po, ano? We will give way to a short intermission number. Mga anak, mga mahal na estudyante, pwede po kayong mag-feed ng questions sa comment section, ano po? So, we will ask Sir Harold after the number by one of our cultural groups. We will ask some questions to Sir Harold, and he will answer it as best as he can, for sure. So on that note, punta po tayo sa intermission number natin. We'll give way to a presentation by BulSU Hyperdynamics.
ang boss mo'y maganda, basta't may konting tono madaling makanta. Kung medyo sintonado ay hayaan mo na, ang nais lang ng tao ay ang konting saya. Eto na! Eto na!
So thank you to Hyperdynamics Dance Troupe. Thank you very much. Buhay na buhay ang mga dugo natin right now. And then after we listen to the very, very substantial, very informational, at ang dami nating nakuha mga takedowns, mga anak, mga kapatid, ano? So we'll be giving way to some questions from some of our callers. There are a few. Yung iba po, ngayon po nagpapadala ng message, pero meron pong ilan dito na nagtanong, Sir Harold, gano'n daw po ba normally tumatagal ang anxiety ng isang kabataan?
Okay. Iba-iba kasi ang anxiety, no? It varies from one person to another. Pero ang dapat natin din isipin na bago dumating yung threshold, no, para masabing ito ay hindi na normal na anxiety lang, no, dapat alamin natin sa sarili natin. If I'm already experiencing this already for a month, hindi na siya ganun ka-normal, no? Baka meron na tayong mga bagay na kailangan solusyonan dahil na-experience natin tong hindi tamang anxiety level. So it varies from one person, no? Pero usually pagka dumating na to sa isang buwan at nakakaapekto na to sa pang-araw-araw nyong pamumuhay, antas ng pamumuhay, hindi na siya normal. So kailangan mo nang magkonsulta sa isang professional or kumausap ng tao na may training sa larangan na ito.
Parang paalab na rin, di ba sir? Hindi naman po dapat nagkakaroon ng stigma yung mga tao kung gusto magkonsulta sa mga health professionals and mental health experts po natin.
Yes, tama. Kasi hindi naman po ibig sabihin na ikaw ay kumonsulta sa mental health professionals ay meron ka na kagad problema sa pag-iisip. So tulad lang yan ng kapag sa atin sa mga nagtatrabaho na regularly, no, every year meron tayong annual physical exam. Ganon din dapat yung tignan natin pagdating sa ating mental health, no? Dapat meron ka ring mental health na health check annually, no, or
Annually.
every now and then. Oo.
So sir, parang gusto ko lang i-extend ng konti. Para lang, di ba, pagka may sakit tayo physically, pumunta tayo sa doktor.
Yes.
Yung mga issue na pang ganyan, anxiety, sa mga expert, parang isipin natin na hindi naman ito yung magbibigay sa atin ng hindi magandang reputasyon o pangalan. Ano po?
Yes, tama po yun.
Sir, bilang nakababad sa mga estudyante, ano po yung nakita niyong main factor or stressor sa ating mga estudyante?
Actually, isa sa mga stressor nila ngayon yung dami ng mga workload na sabay-sabay, no?
Oh.
Kaya ito rin yung panawagan sa ating mga kasamahan sa profesyon natin, no, sa edukasyon. Kasi meron akong mga na-experience yung mga nagbibigay ng assignment, ang ang deadline, for example, ay 12 midnight. So, just imagine, talaga bang ikaw, professor, i-check mo ba yung assignment by 12 midnight? Bakit kailangan 12 midnight? At ang mangyayari niyan, magsasuffer din si student. No? Si student, kukulangin na rin sa tulog. At yung
Yeah.
chain of that particular situation, magpapatuloy dahil wala siyang kulang siya sa tulog. Kinabukasan, kailangan niya naman gawin yung mga bagay na ito. No? May mga another task na kailangan siyang gawin at hindi niya maibibigay yung kanyang full potential dahil nga kinulangan mo na siya ngayon pa lamang. But then again, tignan din naman natin doon sa sitwasyon ng mga professors. No? Kasi ikaw bilang isang estudyante, binigyan ka ng pagkakataon naman ng tamang oras, no? Time span for you to be able to submit it, no? For you to be able to do it. Hindi naman bibigay ni professor, for example, yung isang mahirap na task, tapos bibigyan ka lang ng isang araw. Usually, it extends for a week or so. Kaya nga, doon sa sinabi ko kanina, time management is really an important part of it. Kailangan i-manage mo mabuti yung oras mo para hindi ka darating sa sitwasyon na ikaw mismo nangangarag, na-stress.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will be entertaining some questions. I'll be forwarding this to you, sir. Ano po?
Yes, sir.
From our chat box, the question goes like this, ano? Basahin ko, sir, verbatim. Hi, Sir Harold. Good day. My question is, what can you say about the people who is thinking to end their lives because of the surroundings which affect them and give them too much stress? Paraphrase
Okay.
po na konti.
Alright. Sa mga tao na nakararanas ng suicidal ideation, marahil marami ng mga sanga-sangang pangyayari sa buhay na hindi natin ginugusto, no? Na hindi natin nakakayanan na. No? Pero dapat mong isipin din na ikaw mismo sa sarili mo, may kakayanan ka upang humingi ng tulong. Huwag mong sarilinin yan. Dahil may mga tao na handa kang tulungan. Alam natin na right now, there are a lot of experiences na hindi maganda na nangyayari sa paligid natin. And because of this, dumarating sa punto na gusto rin nating tuluyang ng wakasan yung sarili nating mga buhay. May mga taong handa kang kausapin. May mga tao na handang makinig sa iyong mga hinahing sa buhay. Kung hindi mo kaya nang nag-iisa ka, nandito kami, nandito yung ibang mga tao na pwede kang matulungan. So siguro para rin sa mga tao na may mga kaibigan, no, na nakararanas ng ganito, do not invalidate yung mga sinasabi nila na magdasal ka lang. Oo, nakatutulong ang dasal, pero iba yung pakiramdam na meron kang baggage na nararamdaman sa sarili mo. So kaya handa ka dapat makinig sa taong may ganitong mga naiisip. And number 2 also, kung meron ka kakilala, report them, no? Inform their family members about these experiences, about these things. Kasi baka hindi rin alam ng mga mahal niya sa buhay na nakakaranas na siya ng ganitong katinding stress at hindi nila siya matulungan dahil wala silang kaalam-alam sa na-experience niya, no? Marami sa mga incidences kapag nangyari na yung mga ganitong sitwasyon, clueless yung family members. So ikaw, kung may mga nag-share sa'yo, it's also important to inform their family members. And also, humanap ka ng paraan upang makahingi ka rin ng tulong or advice sa mga trained professionals. Meron din tayong mga hotlines para doon sa mga taong down na down talaga at walang ibang makausap pero gusto nilang kumausap ng isang tao, no? May mga hotlines tayo. Pwede kong i-forward yon later on kay Sir Gerald para ma-share din natin sa mga estudyante natin.
Yes, sir. Sir Harold, actually, may picture ako ng hotline natin. I'll be giving them to concerned students of ours. So thank you for answering that. By the way, that question was given by, sorry, siguro hindi ko na babanggitin, for the obvious reason. Pero thank you for being honest, yung nagtanong kay Sir, po. And there would be other questions. Normal daw po ba na hindi ka makakilos at makatulog for almost a day because of stress? So tanong po ito ni Aldrin Alde from the main campus.
So tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, about individual differences, magkakaiba tayo ng reaksyon. Yung katawan natin magkakaiba rin ng reaksyon sa mga stressors. So may mga iba na ganun yung epekto ng stress. Pero sabi ko nga, hindi dapat tayo manatili sa ganong sitwasyon. Kasi kaya natin tinatalakay ang bagay na ito upang mabigyan tayo ng pagkakataon kung paano ma-manage yung stress. At hindi tayo humantong sa mas malalang sitwasyon.
Iyon. So maaga pa lang po natin. At the root, i-address na po natin yung problem. Wag na po nating palalain ang anak po. So that's a good point by Sir Harold. Another would be from Princess Judea Manalad. The question is, does discrimination affect and decrease mental illness or stress? Nakamute, sir, nakamute. Wait lang po, inayos lang po natin.
Hello, sir. Sorry,
go ahead, sir.
Bilang linya natin.
Nakuha niyo, sir, yung... Okay, I will be repeating the question. So, does discrimination affect or increase the mental illness or the stress that the individual is feeling?
Definitely, yes. Discrimination will definitely affect the way we handle mental health concerns. Kaya nga tayo mismo, parte ng aking advocacy na wakasan din yung diskriminasyon pagdating sa mga taong nakararanas ng mental health issues. Meron din tayong mga kaakibat na batas na poprotekta sa mga taong ito. Kaya nga meron na naipasa na yung mental health law, di ba? Meron na tayong mental health law. This will also protect those individuals who are experiencing mental health discriminations. So, pagdating din sa paggaling, nakakaapekto din ito sa mga tao na nakararanas ng mental health issues. Kaya naman, if meron kayong kakilala or kayo mismo nakararanas ng ganito, report this to authorities because we should not allow these things to happen.
Okay, sir. Sir, isa pa po from Joshua de la Cruz. Sabi po niya, ganito yung tanong, Sir, what if wala pong makausap na medical professional? Ano pa po siguro yung alternative ways na pwedeng gawin para mabawasan ng stress or ma-manage po ito?
Okay. Well, i-plug ko na rin yung aming organization, the Tomasian Mental Health Responders. Ito ay hindi lahat sa amin ay doctors, pero marami sa amin ang professionals in the area of mental health. So may sociologists, meron kami social workers, meron kaming psychologists, psychiatrists, and etc. And we are trained to talk to individuals to provide mental health support. So kung hindi ka man makakonsulta sa isang doktor, pwede ka pa rin kumausap ng isang tao, mga volunteers sa kami, for example, sa aming organization, or kung hindi naman, pwede ka rin kumausap sa university. I think meron din kayong counselor, maaari nyo silang lapitan. Meron kayong mga professors na may kakayanan din na nagampanan yung ganitong klaseng mga tungkulin, lalo na yung mga nasa area ng psychology department, no? So they were trained, no, to provide this assistance. And kung hindi talaga kaya, no, even yung kumausap ka sa mga kaibigan mo, sa mga kakilala mo, at yung trusted person, kung meron kang trusted person, at alam mong hindi ka niya huhusgahan, it's already enough for you to unload your burden. Ang mahalaga lang naman is free tayo sa mga extra baggages, lalong-lalo na sa mga nararanasan natin ngayon.
Yes, well said, sir. I will pick up, sir, yung sinabi nyo. Tama po yun, ano? Sa mga naka-tune in po ngayon, pagka meron po tayong concern, mental health issues, mental health concerns, so nandiyan po yung binigay na directory ni Sir Harold, yung mental health responders. Tomasian, mental health responders. But sa BSU, sa atin po, sa BulSU, meron po tayong Department of Psychology under the College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. May Center for Psychological Wellness po yung kolehiyo na yon. At advocacy na po nila yan, nagre-reach out na po sila sa maraming, hindi lang po client, para po sa kalaman ng mga estudyante, hindi lang po tiga BulSUan nagiging client, maging pati po sa labas ng university. And bawat po campus, bawat kolehiyo po, meron po tayong wellness coordinator. Not to mention, may nakadebot po tayo na guidance counselor per unit. So, ibig po sabihin, ang tulong po ay nandyan lang po. We reach out po. We reach out sa mga sa may competence para po mas maagapayan po tayo. Of course, sa kaibigan, pero pumunta po tayo doon sa talagang merong expertise, mga anak.
Yes.
Po? Yes. Meron pa pong tanong. Kailangan daw po ba na clinically diagnosed para sa being depressed ang isang tao? Sir Harold?
Well, sa panahon kasi ngayon, ginagamit na natin yung depression even doon sa mga pagkakataon na malungkot lang tayo. So parang sinasabi lang natin na it's part of our expression, depressed ako, no? But in reality, depression is a diagnosed disorder. At meron po tayong sinusunod na mga pamantayan para masabi na ang isang tao ay depressed o hindi. At gayon din, dapat ang nagbibigay po ng katagangyan na ikaw ay clinically depressed ay ang isang psikologista or psychologist or ang isang psychiatrist. So silang dalawa lang po ang pwedeng mag-diagnose.
So yun po, hindi siya basta lang po ipipick up natin na we are like this and like that, na depressed na po in effect. So diagnose po ito, product po ng diagnosis. And very significant po. Actually, ang dami po tanong, baka mabot tayo ng 6 p.m. Pero ikakat natin ng kaunti at I'll just be selecting a few more, Sir Harold, with your indulgence. Okay lang, sir, ha?
Sure po.
Kasi parang medyo minahalukay tayo na parang ganun, di po ba? Na nabibring out yung mga concerns sa ating mga estudyante. Paano po ba i-combine ng religious advice at scientific advice para ibigay sa mga may kaso ng depression? Mukhang mukhang aspiring psychologist, may halong pastoral concern.
Yes. Well, para po kasi sa larangan po ng psikolohiya, ang pinaka-importanting bagay lamang, kahit na pumunta ka sa aspetong spiritual at pumunta ka sa aspeto ng scientific area, no? Yun ay ang tanggapin mo ang isang tao ng buong buo. At tanggapin mo kung ano yung mga bagay na nararamdaman niya. So kung ikaw ay magbibigay ng payo, hindi puro magdasal ka lang, magdasal ka ng magdasal. Kung hindi, tanggapin mo siya bilang buong tao. Kung sino siya, no? Physical, kung sino siya. Sabihin mo sa kanya, ito yung nakikita ko sa iyo, physical. What are your observation? No? Kung siya ay nangangalumata na dahil kulang na sa tulog, banggitin mo yung mga bagay na yon. Ito yung mga sintomas at ito yung mga aspeto ng pagkatao mo, no? Your physical appearance na napapansin ko. Banggitin mo rin sa kanya kung paano na naaapektuhan yung kanyang kalooban. Okay? So, kung dati he is a positive type of person, banggitin mo na ngayon nakikita ko na ganito ang nangyayari. Pero do not invalidate yung mga sinasabi niyang nararamdaman niya. Tanggapin mo because tama lahat yon at nararanasan talaga ng tao yon. So, in to make it short, buong holistic type of person, yun ang dapat na bigyan natin pansin. Hindi lamang tayo magfo-focus sa spiritual, hindi lamang tayo magfo-focus sa scientific.
Yun. So, ang pansin ko dito, may hugot yung nagtanong na parang gusto niya makatulong sa kaibigan niya dahil nag-reach out sa kanya. So, yun po, medyo hindi po siya ganun kadali, mga mahal na estudyante, na makapagbigay ng payo, no? At pag na-recognize yung limitation ninyo, i-course through na natin sa mga eksperto yung mga bagay. But of course, Bidder, at napakalaking bagay po, just listen. Very basic po yun, pero it's a very difficult skill. Just listen to those who are asking.
Sir Gerald, in this situation, gusto ko lang bigyan ng diin, no? Ang mahalaga is for us to provide active listening.
Correct.
So, kung tayo ang mas maraming sinasabi or mas marami tayong salitang ginagawa kesa sa taong tinutulungan natin, ay marahil hindi siya ang may problema, no? So, dahil dapat hayaan natin na siya ang magsabi sa atin kung ano yung nararamdaman niya. Ang trabaho natin ay makinig, at makinig.
At hindi madali, sir, yun.
At hindi madali ang makinig. No?
So yun po. Go ahead, sir.
Yun ang pinakamahirap nga daw na, ayon sa pag-aaral, yun ang pinakamahirap na skill na matutunan kung paano makinig.
Correct. Tama, sir. Sabi ng mga psychologists and pati yung mga management gurus, And so we have so many questions, I will be sticking to that last question na naibigay po natin, So that was so enlightening, sir. That is very generous of you to share your expertise before our students, So we cannot thank you enough. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Just in case lang na may mga students din na gustong magtanong pa, pwede silang pumunta sa Facebook ko, Facebook/Harold Picolon sa Messenger. So pwede ako magbigay ng mga payo doon kung nanaisin nila.
Good po. We will help you to post it in our pages, sir. So, dear students, tingnan nyo lang po yung pages ng external and main campus for student affairs. We'll be posting this together with the site whereby the university is already doing it for the sake of disseminating the contact numbers of our experts. Yes, noted, sir. We will do it. And you'll be giving invaluable help to our students. And bago po natin ibigay, mga sir and mga viewers natin, I would just like to give a few takedowns, as if hindi pa po sufficient yung sinabi ni sir na napaka-substantial na. But let me just allow me lang po na magbigay ng ilang notes and takedowns, some comments sa napakagandang talk ni sir, So parang in-interpret ko po ito in a way that I'm trying to organize the very wide discussion ni sir na napakaraming inputs, So mahalaga din dito, may value formation tayong gagawin. Mahalaga din, if we are to avoid stress, we focus also on our character and we know how to listen if we are the ones who are being asked. And then may mga bagay na palagay ko baka naman hindi naman talaga stressor, baka in-exaggerate natin. Hindi natin i-invalidate 'yon. Pero ang ibig sabihin, we are built more than that. So yung mga bagay na magaang, kayang-kaya na po natin 'yon, So yung resiliency ay isa sa mga intelligences na hinihiling po sa atin. So dapat mataas yung level ng adversity quotient po natin. At makukuha po natin yan kung ano lang, aralin po natin mabuti yung situation natin and we listen to experts. And yeah, probably spend some time by our alone with ourselves by thinking deeply about our situations. And then, ang ganda na binigay ni Sir Harold, yung 10 rules. Okay, nakasalansan, ano? So, matutulungan po kayo mabuti. Reviewin niyo, if I may suggest, reviewin niyo to by watching again the replay. So, dear students, tingnan niyo po yung, yung sinabi ni Sir doon na napaka-practical. Although mahirap gawin. Yan. So, kaya ako naniniwala dun sa kasabihan na if there's a will, there's a way. Actually, malalim na philosophical saying po yung mahalaga may will tayo. First, gustuhin natin yung bagay na yun. And yung practical na suggestion ni Sir, to be organized, learn from Miss Kondo, no? Ito ay FB sensation nata si Miss Kondo, no? How to be organized, ano? So, madala ko pang naririnig sa ating circulation to, pero she is a very accomplished and very famous personality in the social media, precisely because of common sensible approach na let's try to be organized so that ma-lessen yung ating mga anxieties. So, on that note, Sir, thank you very much for your generosity and your wisdom shared to our students. So, pupunta po kami sa pagbigay ng ating Certificate of Recognition. And let me read this. Republic of the Philippines, Bulacan State University, City of Malolos, Bulacan, presents the Certificate of Recognition to Assistant Professor Harold P. Colon for sharing his invaluable time and expertise as resource person in the BulSU Webinar Series for students, Getting Ready, Getting Steady, preparing the BulSuans for the new normal setup of education. A webinar session titled, Kumusta, BulSuans? Handa ka na ba? Given on August 5, 2020. Signed, Cecilia S. Nabasero Gascon, the University President. So sir, tanggapin niyo po ang aming virtual Certificate of Recognition.
Yes. Thank you so much. No, I am really honored to be with you this afternoon. And I hope that I was able to help our students, no more than anyone else, our students and even their parents to be prepared in this upcoming school year, no, academic year. And also, this is also an opportunity for me to encourage more people to think about your mental health, no, as if your mental health is also as important, no, as your physical health. And with this, I encourage also the university, no, Bulacan State University, to provide more activities like this to help more students, no, with their mental health. Again, thank you so much to the university president, Dr. Cecilia. Thank you so much for inviting me, Sir Gerald. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you very much, sir. At dagdagan ko lang po, ang university ay nag-a-aspire na magkaroon ng regional center for mental health. At ito po ay isa sa mga vision ni Madam President. So may funding na po ito coming from DBM. Dear students, just wait for some more time at nasa-set up na yung mga facilities at magkakaroon din po ito ng personnel. At staffing at saka yung mamamahala po doon. So that's one of the commitments of our president in putting 10 regional centers of development. So on that note, dear students, we'll be asking you to, we will be showing you the link to provide with, nagtatanong kanina kung may quiz, wala pong quiz. Pero may isang evaluation lang po, may isang evaluation. So because connected po ito sa ating e-certificate at makikita nyo sa Google Drive. So can we flash the link, Sir Lester? So please accomplish dear students, the evaluation for this. So Okay? I think babalikan po natin yan and I will be flashing the link later on. And again, for those who want to watch, you go to the YouTube account, the BulSU TV po na newly created at marami po doong materials, contents, nandun po yung sa flexible learning, synchronous, asynchronous, and the like that we need to learn to help us really prepare for that, because even faculty need that and us students also is really in need of that. We thank also giving credits. We thank also BulSU Saring Himig with the advisor Sir Mel Cruz. Thank you as usual sa tulong. BulSU Rondalia, facilitated by Culture and Arts Head Mr. Luis Tagtarap. He also helped with the BulSU Symphonic Band, by the way, and the Hyperdynamics, and as advised by Dr. Regina Dalangan. We acknowledge also the efforts, the invaluable efforts of CICT Group, Dinmags, 30 days, joke only, Dinmags and Company, Sir Lester, Ma'am Raquel and Company for the technical committee, CAPA, headed by Dean Lejarde for the posters and the promotional materials. And we have COED for headed by Dean Laganao, Emil Laganao for the collation of the evaluation responses and the thousands upon thousands of e-certificates of our students. We would also like to give our gratitude to of course, the Office of the President. Madam President, thank you very much. Could that be possible, with your vision and assistance and direction. Executive Vice President, Dr. Teodi San Andres, thank you very much. Dr. Edgardo M. Santos, thank you very much, sir. Thank you din po, Sir Jaime Pulumbarit, VP Jaime, and VP Erwin for the assistance also. And thank you especially Chancellor Reynagit and Chancellor Romy Inasoria, sir. Salamat po ng marami. And ang mga campus and college deans, thank you very much. Ang mga campus and college secretaries, lagi po namin hinihingan ng tulong. Thank you very much po, no? And 7 weeks pa po tayo na magtutulungan. And then the offices under the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs for the main external campuses. Thank you, Campus Directors, Dr. Romulo Mercado and Associate Professor Ma'am Doris Stigma. Thank you very much for the efforts. And thank you again, Sir George, Director George Arellano, and Assistant Directors Dr. Jocelyn Santos and Dr. Leonora De Jesus. Dear students, SG, you help us in spreading this activity. Thank you. LSC Govs, thank you very much. All the orgs across the campuses and the colleges, thank you very much, especially class mayors. Ang dami niyo pong tulong na naibigay po sa atin, para maging matagumpay po yung ating webinar number 1. And thank you po sa aking damit, sa aking asawa. Salamat sa mga anak ko na talaga pong nakipag-cooperate, hindi po ako inistorbo. Salamat po. And kidding aside, gusto po namin ipakita, ipakita ko na pala yung mga programang padating. But only the last one, the next one rather, yung normal education amidst pandemic. So kindly look out for that, what will come after this one for next Wednesday. So ibang potahay po yung ibibigay po sa inyo ng student affairs, mga mahal na estudyante. So, tanungin ko po kayo, kumusta BulSuan? Handa ka na ba? Kung paano sinimulan, doon po natin tatapusin to. Kumusta BulSuan? Handa ka na ba? And we know and we have a high trust level sa ating mga estudyante, no? So, may challenges, may difficulties, pero we know that we are coping and we are coping well. And if we need assistance, go to the relevant experts for that. And lapit po tayo sa ating mga advisors, faculty. And next Wednesday is our date. Wednesday is our date as always. So everybody, see you and keep safe. God bless everyone. We hope that you enjoy our webinar series, this part 1 of that. And see you around. This is your moderator this afternoon, Vice Chancellor Gerald Hilario. signing off. And before that, let's sing together the BulSU March. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Shall